From VOA Learning English, this is the Science Report. Scientists in Switzerland are developing virtual reality technologies to recreate crime scenes. The scientists say this kind of technology helps police, investigators, judges, and lawyers better visualize or picture crime scenes. The scientists work at the Institute of Forensic Medicine in Zurich. They developed a special computer software called Forensic Holodeck to create this virtual reality technology. It recreates crime scenes using handheld three-dimensional 3D scanners. The scientists also use the Oculus Rift headset, equipment used for video games. Investigators use 3D images to rebuild the crime. The images are based on reports from witnesses and camera recordings. Stefan Ross is a radiologist at the Institute of Forensic Medicine. Mr. Ross explains if there is a dead body involved, they scan it. Then that image is combined with other data and put in a computer, which creates a 3D model. The software can rebuild the bullet's paths. Red and yellow lines are used to show their movement through the air. The Institute also developed a robot named Vertibot. Medical examiners can use Vertibot to perform virtual examinations of bodies in great detail. Robert Breitbeck is a scientist with the Institute of Forensic Medicine. He says the system provides a 3D model of the human body. Scientists can make colored images of things like injured skin true to the exact sizes. This information is combined with 3D data. Mr. Breitbeck says the scientists can then reconstruct or recreate images from murder cases or traffic accidents. For VOA Learning English, I'm Carolyn Persutti.
From VOA Learning English, this is the Science Report. Britain is the first country to permit doctors to use genetic material from 3 people to create human embryos. The process is called mitochondrial replacement therapy, or MRT. Some call it making 3-person babies. The treatment is meant to help women avoid passing certain diseases and disorders to their children. After the British Parliament approved the measure, public reaction and debate was immediate. The therapy could potentially end several severe, sometimes deadly health problems. But the process behind that goal frightens many and offends others. Here is the science of MRT. A human is made from the genetic information provided by a mother and a father. Almost all our DNA is in the nucleus of our cells. That DNA is called nuclear DNA and makes up about 99.99% of our genes. But about 0.1% of our DNA comes only from our mothers, and it is found in organelles called mitochondria. That DNA is called mitochondrial DNA. Mitochondrial DNA does not decide the color of your hair or the texture of your skin or other features. Instead, the mitochondria are like the cell's power factory, turning food into energy. A small percentage of women have mitochondrial mutations, which could cause severe diseases in an even smaller number of children. MRT would use DNA from a mother and father and the mitochondria from a third person. Critics of MRT say it is the first step onto a dangerous path of human gene engineering. They warn of designer babies in the future. Supporters deny that claim. For VOA Learning English, I'm Alex Villarreal.
From VOA Learning English, this is the Science Report. California suffers under a historic drought. There is a severe lack of rain. There has been very little rainfall for the past 4 years. California is famous for its huge sequoia trees. They are among the largest and oldest living things on Earth. But scientists say the trees are having difficulty because of the lack of water. Now, the National Park Service is studying how the drought has affected the sequoias and what can be done to help them survive. The Sierra Nevada mountain range is the only place on Earth where sequoias live. Sequoias can grow to more than 90 meters tall. The bottom of the tree can be up to 15 meters wide. Some trees are more than 3,000 years old. The Sierra Nevada range once had plenty of water because of mountain streams. But less water is available now because of the drought. Each sequoia needs more than 3,000 liters of water a day. The trees now are getting much less. Some of them are showing signs of thirst, says Anthony Ambrose, a tree biologist with the University of California, Berkeley. He says they are seeing unusually high numbers of leaves dying, which they have not seen before in the park. Researchers are measuring air temperature and humidity levels. They also are studying sequoia seedlings and information from individual trees. One solution would be to cut down less important tree species. Scientists say that over thousands of years, sequoias have survived many disasters. And they say the sequoias will probably survive this drought too. For VOA Learning English, I'm Jonathan Evans.
From VOA Learning English, this is the Science Report. Experts are urging Cambodian farmers to diversify their crops. Most farmers in Cambodia grow rice. Many also may grow cassava and maize. But very few farmers in the country grow other vegetables. And more Cambodians are demanding organic produce. Sam Chanta is an organic vegetable farmer in Cambodia. She grows spinach, cauliflower, lettuce, and collard greens on her 6-hectare plot of land. She says farmers earn money growing vegetables instead of rice. She also says locally grown vegetables taste much better than imported vegetables. A recent study from the World Bank shows strong growth in Cambodia's agriculture industry. This has helped reduce the number of people in poverty from 7 million in 2007 to 3 million in 2012. Part of this growth has come from increased land cultivation for rice farming. But growth has slowed in the past 2 years. The World Bank says farmers need to increase their yield and grow more kinds of crops, such as vegetables. The bank says vegetables earn average returns of $1,575 per hectare for small farmers. This compares to $544 per hectare of cassava and only $307 per hectare of rice. Some experts say it will be difficult for farmers to change crops. Many of them may lack the skills, technology, and investment money to grow vegetables. Most vegetables sold in Cambodia are imported from Vietnam and Thailand. The local competition means that there are no quick gains for Cambodian farmers. For VOA Learning English, I'm Carolyn Presutti.
From VOA Learning English, this is the Science Report. Experts predict 9 billion people will live on our planet by 2050. They say by that time, demand for food will be 2 times greater than it is now. Even now, more than 800 million people go to bed hungry. One answer may be as close as our forests. A new report says forests could help reduce hunger and improve nutrition. Saye Viun works at the Cambodian Federation for Bee Conservation. He said some of the best honey in the world comes from forests in southern Cambodia. He says they work with 5 local honey buyers who work with 42 honey collectors. Healthy forests provide half of the fresh fruit we eat worldwide. They also produce valuable crops like coffee, avocados, cashews, and other healthful seeds and nuts. Bhaskar Vira is the director of the University of Cambridge Conservation Research Institute and an expert with the International Union of Forest Research Organizations, or IUFRO. It recently released a report at the United Nations about forest and jungle foods. Mr. Vira says crops that grow on trees can help feed people living in and around forests. Mr. Vira says well-managed fields and forests can exist together. He says by increasing field food production, you can keep the forest and trees. The report says that forest health and economic value improve when people who live in or near forests are given greater control of them. One example is a project in Ghana. The people involved hope to grow the Allanblockia plant. The oil from its seed can be used in soap, beauty products, and food. The trees provide shade and improve hair quality. For VOA Learning English, I'm Jonathan Evans.